I feel like I'm the one that stabbed him. I wipe my hands, disturbed. There's nothing on them, and yet I can't shake the feeling that there's blood on my hands too. This is my first time watching the movie Parasite. The film follows a poor family in South Korea as they scheme and execute being employed by a wealthy family. It's all social commentary. I knew that, but I just saw 3 people die, and then the father of the poor family stabbed the father of the rich family. I am frozen. This is when I realized I don't really understand the film, but I'm only really watching it so I can finish my graduation requirements and join Revere's class of 2020. I don't need to fully understand it, I tell myself. I just need to be able to write about it. But COVID-19 starts spreading and school shuts down. My teacher tells me to just forget about the assignment and stay alive. I listen. Almost a year later, I'm standing outside of my university's dorm for the first time. I've dreamt of this moment since middle school. I'm 17 now. I finished my graduation requirements early and graduated at 16. Technically, I didn't skip a grade, but that's never stopped my family from saying that I followed in my mother's footsteps. My mother was born and raised in Ecuador. When she was in the 6th grade, her and her mother fled poverty and political unrest that shut down her school for an entire month. When she came to the United States, she was the youngest in her class. She learned English as fast as she could, and she played so well in her placement exams that she skipped a grade. She even went on to study at university in Boston, and it was here that she met my father, a farmer from Puerto Rico. They fell in love, got married, and had 3 kids. Growing up, they used to always express the importance of going to college. So my older brother and I were both accepted into prestigious universities with generous financial aid packages. My younger brother fully plans on going to university too. But it's standing here in front of my dorm that it all finally feels real. I mean, yeah, I'm taking on a full course load so I can keep my financial aid. And I took out a loan so I could be here. And there isn't enough money at home to send me any, so I am working full time. But this feels like the moment my life is going to begin. First, I'm gonna find myself a friend group. And then I don't even know, maybe I'll visit every library on campus and run through those books. This university doesn't know what they got themselves into by accepting me. I'm running through their resources like a Tomb Raider. Sorry to anybody behind me, because I'm taking everything I can get my hands on. My professors hear about my busy schedule and offer to help me navigate it. My social sciences professor stops me after class to let me know that she used to work and study too. She promises to make sure that her class will never be a burden to me because success is written all over me, she says. She just wants to nurture that. At work, my HR representative tells me that she too is studying and working. She wants to take me under her wing and show me how to grow here because people who come from money live differently, she tells me. Very quickly, I realized university is nothing like back at home. I come from a neighborhood full of immigrants and the children of immigrants. We don't have a lot of money. There's not even enough desks and seats for us in our schools. But where there isn't money, there's unrelenting community. There are profound interpretations of the human condition and an understanding that we are the underdogs, that we have to be the ones to make it out. So some of us go to trade school or start a business, or like myself, choose to go to college. But it's April now, and I've only been at university for a few months, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I don't know who's staring back at me. I used to have long, beautiful, curly hair, but it became too exhausting to maintain every day, so I shaved it all off. I used to sleep for at least 8 hours every night, but these days everything is a blur and I can't remember the last time I slept for more than 2 hours. I don't eat anymore, just survive. In school, I completely fall behind. The promises of help seem to have dissipated and I'm only ever reminded of the assignments I'm late on. I still try to make friends though, and it works. I bond with my peers over food and our upbringings, but then they start to talk about how their parents are millionaires and they're just so bored of all the free time they have away from school. They tell me that they're jealous of me, jealous of the fact that I work and study, but then are horrified at the small amount of money I make and the long hours I work to make ends meet. At work, I feel like I'm going back and forth with customers about policies I cannot break. They demand a manager. My HR representative comes out, makes an exception for the customer, and then berates me. I don't know where you come from, she tells me, but we have rules and standards around here. I don't expect someone like you to understand. The same woman that promised to help me when I got here. This place is so exhausting. I understand the film now. Eventually, I realized that I need to leave. So I do. I leave university, I leave my job, I leave the people, I go home. I know that I saved myself by leaving university. But when I came home, I was called a failure. I was continually reminded of all the people whose time I had wasted in supporting me because I was supposed to defy odds, and I didn't. I spent the next year experiencing what can only be described as an ego death. I tried career programs. I tried cosmetology school. I tried countless jobs. I put on hat after hat after hat. None of them fit. A friend happened to tell me about a local community college and how affordable it was. I figured I had nothing else going for me, so I'd look into it. I remember logging into orientation, and they were playing All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled. There were faculty members dancing freely in their Zoom screens, and then a dean started to talk about how that's the motto for all their students. All they do is win. Since then, my hair has grown. I sleep very well. I'm still studying and working at the same time, but it's different this time around. My courses aren't any easier. It's just manageable. I'm not drowning, and even if I was, someone to relate to is always just a few steps away. In the past 3 years, I've had to learn that I'm only human, that I'm so small in the grand scheme of things. It's a simple, beautiful revelation, and understanding this, I know that I don't have to defy all odds. I don't have to be the underdog. My only job in this life is quite literally to just be. So my dean was right. I've always been a winner, but not by anyone else's accord, only ever my own. Thank you.